Space, the final frontier, a vast and mysterious expanse, calling humanity to explore. But with discovery comes great danger. The lure of space exploration is undeniable. It holds the promise of new frontiers, but also harbors dangers beyond imagination. For every triumph, there have been tragedies. Some who ventured beyond our world never returned. Their stories etched in history. From fire to catastrophic failure, these moments remind us that space travel is unforgiving. One mistake can mean the difference between life and death. Yet, despite the risks, humanity continues to push forward. We honor those who came before, who faced the ultimate sacrifice for knowledge. Their courage propels us forward, reminding us that even in the face of tragedy, we continue to reach for the stars. January 27th, 1967, astronauts Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee were preparing for the Apollo 1 mission, excited to take the next step toward the moon. They were inside the command module for a routine pre-launch test. But what should have been a normal day turned into disaster. A spark in the capsule's wiring turned into a raging fire. The pure oxygen environment fueled the flames, spreading in seconds. Trapped inside, the astronauts had no way to escape. The inward opening hatch, designed to withstand high pressure, was impossible to open in time. Ground crews tried desperately to open the hatch, but it was too late. The fire had already claimed the lives of all 3 astronauts. The fire lasted only seconds, but the damage was irreversible. NASA lost 3 pioneers, and space travel was forever changed. NASA mourned the loss of these 3 heroes, but their deaths led to critical safety improvements in future missions. NASA redesigned spacecraft with safety in mind. They installed an outward opening hatch and removed flammable materials. Their sacrifice paved the way for the moon landing and beyond. We honor them, knowing that their legacy lives on in every mission to the stars. March 23, 1961. Valentin Bondarenko, a young cosmonaut in training, was preparing for his journey into space as part of the Soviet space program. He was placed inside an isolation chamber to test how the human body reacts to extended stays in a high oxygen environment. After removing medical sensors from his body, he accidentally dropped an alcohol-soaked cotton ball onto a hot plate. A tiny spark ignited. In the high oxygen environment, the fire exploded almost instantly. Flames engulfed the chamber in seconds. With nowhere to run, Bondarenko was trapped inside. The flames burned intensely, and he suffered severe injuries. He fought bravely, but succumbed to his injuries 16 hours later. His story was hidden for decades, but serves as a reminder of space exploration's dangers. January 28, 1986. 7 brave astronauts stood ready to make history aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger. Among them, teacher Krista McAuliffe, set to be the first civilian in space. Despite unusually cold weather that morning, NASA proceeded with the launch. The engines ignited and Challenger lifted off into the sky. For 73 seconds, everything seemed normal. Families, friends, and the world watched as the Challenger climbed higher and higher. But hidden from view, a small rubber O-ring in the right booster had failed due to the cold, allowing hot gases to escape. Suddenly, a fireball erupted in the sky. The Challenger had broken apart, disintegrating in midair before the eyes of a stunned world. The Y-shaped smoke trail became an unforgettable image. Families, teachers, and students who had gathered to watch were left in shock and disbelief. Investigations revealed that the crew cabin remained intact as it fell, meaning some astronauts may have been conscious during the final moments. All 7 astronauts perished. The disaster led to major changes in NASA's safety procedures, ensuring that such a tragedy would never happen again. Despite the risks, space exploration continues, inspired by the courage and sacrifice of those who dared to reach for the stars. February 1st, 2003, 7 astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia had just completed a successful 16-day mission in space. They were heading home. Columbia had launched 16 days earlier, carrying a crew of dedicated scientists and astronauts. But something went wrong during liftoff. During launch, a piece of foam insulation broke off the external fuel tank. It struck the left wing, causing unseen but serious damage. For 16 days, the shuttle orbited Earth. NASA didn't realize how severe the damage was, and the crew continued their mission as planned. As Columbia re-entered Earth's atmosphere, superheated gases entered through the damaged wing. The structure of the shuttle began to weaken. At 8:59 a.m., Columbia disintegrated over Texas. The astronauts lost their lives instantly as the shuttle came apart. The wreckage was scattered across hundreds of miles. The disaster led to a nationwide search for debris and answers. NASA and the world mourned the loss of Columbia's crew. Their bravery and sacrifice were honored in memorials worldwide. Lessons from Columbia led to safety improvements in space travel. Though tragedies occur, humanity continues to push the boundaries of exploration. These tragedies remind us of the dangers of space travel. Each astronaut knew the risks, yet they journeyed beyond our world in the name of discovery. Despite the losses, the dream of space exploration continues. Those who follow in their footsteps do so with respect and courage. Thanks to their sacrifice, space travel has become safer. New technologies and safety measures help ensure future missions are more secure. We continue to push the limits, reaching for the stars. Every mission builds on the lessons of the past. The spirit of exploration lives on in the next generation. Every child who dreams of space carries the legacy of those who came before. Education and curiosity fuel the future of space travel. The more we learn, the further we go. Today, new astronauts prepare to continue the mission. Their dedication carries forward the dreams of those before them. As the sun rises over Earth, it marks a new era of discovery. We honor the past as we look forward to the future. For it is through understanding our past and acknowledging our losses that we find the strength to forge ahead into the cosmos.